Hello. Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Please tell me you can hear me. I had a realization that my microphone on my old set no longer works. So I had to borrow my daughter's headset. don't don't tell her. Just let me know if everyone hears me. Say hi. Okay, let me see. It's been so long. I'll wait a little bit. So whoever's here, I know some of you are just listening. Hello. Hello, hello. Okay, so tell me if you're hearing. Okay. Good, good, good. Hello, Jill. Hello, Annie. Hello, Marilyn. I haven't done lives in like forever. Okay. Sun problem. Let's turn this way maybe. Try to fix that. That's a bit better. Okay. How is everyone handling winter? That's a good question, Marilyn. It gives me like this little glow. I'll wait maybe like one more minute. Good chance to notification to reach. I've been wanting to do this video for at least 1 month. I had all things plans for January. I was going to do January. So in December, I printed out certain recipes I wanted to do, had a calendar. I made my rules for my month of January, everything I wanted to preserve. And I started strong. I printed a list of everything I wanted to buy in January, looking for all deals and special. And then my entire world shifted in 1 week, well, less than a week. So sadly, January was not possible. Our holidays were not that very joyful. I hope you guys had amazing holidays. School ended December 19th for us. And that was a Friday. Hello, hello. And then, yeah, well, I have many things I want to talk about. I do want to share how I prepared for January. So at least some of the things I've done, I can just recreate it next year. So it's not totally lost. It's just, there's still 2 days in January. I know. So December, 20th, sorry, 18th. So school ended the December 18th and then 19th, and then everyone started to get sick one after the other. So it started with Emilia 1 week before school ends, and then China can't really see, and then it was Philip, and then it was me and Fred. And whatever this sickness was, it was a hell of a ride. We were sick, fever. Uh, some of us were like in bed. Okay, I'm gonna stay right here. The light's less worse here. Some of us was in bed, and then one of my children got complications from this, whatever this is, and New Year's got canceled because he was not getting better. And then that's when my entire world flips upside down. As a parent, I don't think this is not easy. Just as a normal human being to hear this news, it's not easy. But as a parent, it is so hard. And it's one of the reasons why I wasn't as present. I used to put out 1 or 2 shorts, like to give you guys news, to show you what project I was working on, and you kind of got a glimpse of my daily life. But then one of my child had to go to the hospital and stayed for a little while and was kept under observation. And the process of having a kid staying at the hospital for multiple days, having many children, me and Fred had to separate. So we divide to conquer. I was home. He was at the hospital, and I was taking care of 2. He was taking care of the one that was at the hospital. And that was one of the longest weeks of my life. He was in total there for 7 days. And our world got literally shaken, and it's still not finished. There's still complications from this virus that my son is still going through. So there's many specialists, many appointments, many trips to the hospitals, and medication. So the worst of it is gone, but there's still echoes of whatever he caught. Now, thankfully, he's back in school. He missed about 4 weeks of school, and this week was his first trip back to school. But he's not full time, so I won't be able to do like a very, very long live. So I just wanted to come on here, give you guys some news, and I did receive some seeds. So I wanted to open the seeds. If you're watching this on replay, at least you know what new seeds I got, and you get news all at the same time. And just to put the cherry on top, since our New Year's celebration got canceled, we're actually celebrating New Year's tomorrow at my parents' house. So now that everything is back to normal, we're going to have the traditional meal of New Year's Day at my parents tomorrow. So we're like now back to like December 31st, January 1st. We're going back in time, 30 days. It's okay. I say better late than never. When it was us that was sick, we had to cancel, and then it was my parents that got sick, we had to cancel. Then, anyways, it was not a very, very easygoing New Year's. So I'm hoping that when January ends, rolls over, and it's done, February will be more soft on us so that we can recuperate from all of this craziness. The sun is back in my face. If I do this, let me try to back up. Now I can see. Okay. So before I open seeds, I'm just going to show you what I did with January, so that if ever you're planning on doing this challenge either for just for yourself, for fun, or you were thinking of doing January and you had no idea how to get started. I was at first intimidated by the whole concept and like the rules of like you have to can everything, preserve everything every single day of January. And for me, it's literally impossible. So I gave myself a more reasonable challenge because I don't. The reason why I do what I do is not to be exhausted at the end of the week. It's to have good food, enjoy life, and control the ingredients that we eat for better overall quality. So I decided 4 recipes every week. And I knew like there was weeks that I was going to be a bit more busy because I'm planning the new. I have my seeds behind me. I don't think you can see me. So I have like all of my seeds out. I'm doing a calendar, getting ready. So I knew that there were some weeks that it was going to be like a bit more hectic. So I went on the less complicated recipes. So I said the first week, January 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, I'm not canning anything. If I am, it's going to be bonus. So I ended up not doing anything for the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. I gave myself these 5 days off, and I'm like, okay, so I'm going to take this very, very, very. I didn't know that we were going to go to the hospital the week after that, but at least I had somewhat of like recuperating from the New Year's celebration. And when I planned this, none of us was sick, so I had no idea that sickness was going to hit our house. So I decided the first week was going to start for me the 6th, 7th, and 8th. And then I said, I'm going to adjust with the lifestyle that I have, the hockey season of my son, and the curriculum activities of my children. So I started small. I said the first week, I'm going to do staples that we use on a daily basis. And instead of doing like just one batch, I was going to do 2 and vacuum seal the other, or 2, 3, depending of how much I use. Like I decided the first day was going to be spaghetti mix. I was going to do a big batch of herb seasoning for all the spaghetti. So when I do meatballs, I could use it. When I do my lasagna soup, I can use it. When I do there's a couple of recipes I use it for. So instead of like doing one batch, I was going to do like a big one and then use my sealer and preserve it for a couple of months. And since there's no oxygen in it, it was going to be perfect. And then the next day it was going to be everything bagel. And then there is, it's cold, so we love to do like chocolate beverages. I was going to do a chocolate syrup and prep that week bones for bean broth for the week after. So I sat down and I just took a calendar and I just wrote down 4 recipes that I wanted to do. I went in my counting books and I also went with the inventory that I have right now. Usually I can meat, soups, and meals during the colder months because it does warm up the house. Because when you cook broth, when you process it, it's 20 to 25 minutes. So it doesn't heat the house that much. So I don't mind doing it during like when it's a bit warmer. When it's cold, I prefer doing meat because it's 60, 75 minutes. So like the warmth, the house gets warmer and it's like a 2-for-1. So like I had beef broth, lamb broth, canning carrots because I'm seeing a lot of specials on carrots. There was, I wanted to do beef cubes, stew, jam. I am out of jam, so I wanted to do a couple of recipes of jam. And then I had like dips that I do. And chili. And am I missing anyone? And then I wanted to do meatballs, Italian meatballs. I wanted to freeze like 10 pounds of them. And then I have 2 recipes of Asian. It's like dumpling, but like no paper dumpling. I wanted to do another 10-pound of chicken meatballs, one with cilantro, one without, for different types of meals, and I wanted to freeze that. And that was pretty much how I came with my January schedule in giving myself 4 days a week to preserve something, either canning, freezing, dehydrating mix. For me, that was good enough. So when you see those challenges and it makes you feel like, ugh, can I really do this? It doesn't matter if you change it. Like the rules can be you can something every single day, but that doesn't fit in your schedule. You can can every other day, or on the weekends you decide that I'm going to can 4 recipes, and you can make it easier. So at first I was very rigid when I was doing these challenges, but now I adapt them to my lifestyle and what's going on in my life so that I don't burn out. Because I've done that on every single year that I've done homesteading. At the end of the year, I crashed, burnout, and I just like got discouraged. So I've learned that the hard way. And when I do challenges now, I always make sure to listen where I am at, how much energy I can dedicate to it, or if it's even possible to fit in. Because maybe there's like so many things going on and it doesn't work. So just keep it in mind that the year after, you can do it. There's always next season that you can do it. So that was January. I was really looking forward to that. I was like, I need meals, but I did do the first week, and I did can a little bit while my son was in the hospital, like to keep me busy, trying to keep the mind off of the situation. So I did can a lot of broth, beef broth. I went and purchased 60 pounds of beef, and he gave me with that, I think it was like 32 pounds of bones. And now I have at least 1 year worth of beef broth. And then I kept a little bit. I did some chili with that broth. I did some cubes. No, it's stews. I did 2 different types of stews. So chili, 2 different types of stews, the broth. I did something else. I did something else. It doesn't matter. So I did a couple of recipe, and then there was one day that I had this in the 60 pound. I had like this huge roast, and it didn't fit in my crock pot, so I just cut it. 2/3 went in the crock pot, and then the 1/3 I did a second stew. And every time it gave me like when I did stews and chili, it gave me like 500 mLs. I think I took a picture of it. Let me see if I can remember. Did anyone can in the month of January? I know Mama Homemade canned a lot. And what did you can in January? So those are the 2 stews. Oh, there it is. So that's broth, 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 chili, stew. So 2 types of stews. Oh, I thought I did another one. That doesn't matter. So 2 types of stews, broth, and chili. That's pretty much what I did. So did anyone can anything up till the New Year's? Hello, Angie. It is Friday. It is very cold here, very chilly. It's minus 20 something Celsius. Feels minus 32 Celsius. So it is cold. So I started the car this morning to drive my daughter to school, and it was like the car was like having a bit of a hard time. So it is cold. I can't, like, the sun now is out. So maybe by noon, it's going to be a bit better. I asked if you canned or preserved anything, and I asked if you had a bit earlier on if you had good holiday season. Well, you did count a lot, and you did freeze dry a lot. I know you freeze dried cheese, among other things, and spaghetti sauce. So minus 32 Celsius where I am with the windshield. So the sun is going to warm up all of this, and we're going to go at least like closer to minus 20. So that's going to be a bit better. Okay, I know people watch replays, so I'm going to show the seeds just in case. So I've placed a couple of orders since November, and I gave my oh, you only can this fall? You don't can in January and February? So I'm gonna I gave myself the challenge this year to order mainly from local seed places for many reasons. Their seeds are more adapted to our climate, and obviously shipping is way faster and less costly. There are some seed companies in the United States that I use because they have seeds that are so beautiful. Rare seeds like Baker Creek. I really, really enjoy Baker Creek. But I didn't order from Baker Creek, I have to say, yet. I was very, very, very good. And I have some new ones, new seed places that I want to share. So if you are in Canada and you're watching this on replay, I ordered from. Oh, let's see. I ordered from Juval. I'm going to say it again. Jualvi. I'm massacring their name. So I was out of parsley, and they have ancestral seeds. So I really enjoy that. So I was out of parsley. I ordered parsley, and I do my own smudge sticks. So I ordered a lot of white sage. I had fun doing a couple of sticks this year. It was really, really fun. So I got 20, 40, 100, 240. But the reason why I got so much is because on the website they say that it's a 30% to 50% germination. I did see a trick online, so I will try it this year. Okay, well, I missed a couple. So you can some broth. Yeah, broth. I have to do broth. I'm out of chicken broth, and I don't even think I have carcasses yet. So I did buy 3 carcasses of lamb when I picked up my lamb early January. And I have to do those. And I bought something that was my gift. I'm gonna do an unboxing of that one because I was really stoked when I saw it was on special. So I bought something to make my life easier to do big batches of tomatoes and big batches of broth. Just if you've been following me for a while, you kind of have an idea of what I'm talking about. He was on special right after Christmas, and I jumped on it. So you did freeze dried cheese, spaghetti sauce, chili taco soup. Oh, I have to can taco soup. I forgot to do that. And I do. I was given the heart of the beef, and I think I got the tongue of the beef. I know what I'm going to do with the heart. I think I'm going to cook it. So I got the liver, the heart, and the tongue. The liver, I'm going to cook it, give it to my dogs. The heart as well. I just don't know what to do with the tongue. I'm supposed to do rabbit tallow this weekend. I did beef tallow for the first time when I got my bones. It was really fun. Yeah, every single animal. So it's not tallow. So like pork, it's lard. Beef, it's tallow. Chicken has this weird name, and I can't remember what's the name for rabbit. Let me see if I can find it. So I went to visit Chris and Steph Hickory Croft Farm, and I picked up the 2 lambs there, and we had this conversation. And I can't remember what was the name of all the fat. I'm going to see if I can find it. Okay. So, let's see. It's not it. Okay. So, lard is pig. Tallow is beef. Okay. Ghee is clarified butter. Chicken. Can I, does it? Yes, that, the schmaltz, that's the chicken. But there's one also for rabbit. Okay, let me see. Yeah, but I'm curious. It's called rabbit lard. Is that possible? It doesn't matter. I was hoping for a quick answer. Pff, boring. Yeah, you're right. It should have like schmaltz. That's a nice name for chicken. And then lamb also has one. I have to ask maybe. So we raise rabbits and butcher them pretty late, so they have time. Mostly female and develop good amount of fat. That's good. Oh no. Well, I do it, and I mainly cook with the fat. So last year, I purchased one lamb and two carcasses of lamb. Well, they come with the carcasses. With the butcher asks you if you want the carcass or not, and I always make sure. I just say I don't want the head. You can keep the head. And I had two carcasses last year, and I had the equivalent of almost two. I would say a cup and a half of lamb fat for cooking. It was really fun. It's not like you would do rendering of beef. Like you take the fat of the meat and then you render it. So I take, when I cook my bones, some of the fat comes out. And when I cook my broth, there's like this thick layer on top. I remove that, clean it, and I render that. So I know it's still called tallow. It's just a bit different because it's from different parts. I do that with my lamb, my beef, and I think I'm going to start doing it with chicken also, that thick part, and not remove the fat from any of my animals because butter is getting really expensive. And there's certain things I prefer sauteing in certain amount of fat. We're throwing it away. So basically, it's like you're making your food last longer. I pay for my beef and I pay for the lamb, and I do pay for other. I will no longer raise chicken. It's on pause for we don't know when. We don't know when we're going to start doing chickens, but for sure this year we're not doing. You guys are reminding me I need to pick up sometime. Nice. You're welcome. Okay, I'm going to continue. And then I ordered Italian parsley. Obviously, I love to have like the frizzled one for decorations, and I like to have both. And then when I dehydrate them, I kind of shoop, mix them together. And I was given a free seed. I don't know what this one is. Cerfeuil. I've never heard about this. So I'm going to have to do some research about that. I tried to do an apple pie with that tallow in December, still frozen, so I don't know if it's good. But so I know that with lard, pork fat, you can do pie crust. So I'm guessing it's gonna be fine. I used to do my pie crust with lard. I did receive 2 big bags of pork fat that's now in my freezer. So when I'm out, I will have that's going to be a new skill that I learned this year, how to render like the big amounts of fat. And I'm kind of switching my mentality in how I buy meat. Now, instead of buying cuts of meat, there are some butchers that have big pieces. There's also Costco. I did learn that we have a restaurant style Costco that has big chunks of beef, and they leave the fat on it. So I would be able to buy it, cube it, can it, keep the fat, and then render it. And then do this once a year instead of like doing it multiple times a year. And since I no longer harvest chickens, as soon as my chicken is done this year, the ones we harvested 2 years ago, that freezer is going to be completely available. So I think we're utilizing only 3 out of 4 freezers at the moment. So when I fry eggs, I do it with butter because I tried with beef tallow and I tried with lard. It has a taste, so I do butter with my eggs. But if I'm sautéing vegetables, it kind of goes into it, especially if I'm mixing in meat. But it's an acquired taste. Like a friend of mine came here and I made her smell the tallow and the pork fat, the lard, and she went, "Ah, it kind of gets. You need to get into the groove, and you need to learn how to prepare your meals with it." Okay, and then I went. I forgot in one of my orders to order a squash I really wanted this year. And then I saw an ad of a Quebec company. It's called Solana Seeds. And the shipping, I think, was like on no shipping. So I only got 2 seed package from Solana Seeds. Solana, I don't know, solana.com. So I got the courge galeuse. That's the squash, like pumpkin style, that has like little bumps on it. And then Annie from Mama Homemade said she bought tomato lemonade. I was like, I need to try those because the name was like, I think it's like 10 seeds and it was $1.99. So I splurged on this. I did not need this, but I can't eat bacon anymore. I buy it occasionally, but I can't eat it. I can't eat pork anymore. I figured out if certain foods, and I shared a bit about my story. Last year, I went to see my doctor. I had what we thought was a certain condition, and I was able to manage it as soon as I stopped eating high inflammation food for me, and turkey, and pork turkey. I have to be very careful with dairy and small amount of gluten. And because of that, I no longer have the pain that I used to have before. If my stress level are okay, I drink a lot of water. I have to be careful with certain types of alcohol. And I was able to manage it. So when I started doing the anti-inflammatory diet. Well, I hate calling it that word, but it is what it is. So it's like high protein, low carbs, and low inflammatory food for me. So it's a test trial. So I stopped certain things for a certain amount of time, and I figured when I reintroduced pork, as soon as I ate it, I was not feeling good. So I'm very sad. So we did get someone was moving, and we got their old not freezer. We got a smoker, and I saw that you can do bacon with beef. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do bacon beef. I know it's not gonna be the same, but I'm gonna try to eat bacon of beef this year because I went to the store and I saw how pricey it was. So I'm gonna do it myself. I'm gonna buy it. Like it's gonna be expensive to do it, but at least I'll be able to eat bacon. It's true. You can't go wrong with bacon fat. It tastes so good. Yeah, well, you didn't buy them. I did. So you're kind of safe. It was a gift because you keep sending me so many seeds of lemon balm or lime balm, mandarin balm, and you sent me something else. Oh, I know you sent me something else other than the seed exchange. So, that tomato. Uh, actually, I sent you those seeds. You actually sent me a couple of seeds of that. But I have to say, all of the seeds that I ordered this year were at least 30, 40, 50% off. So, was it currants? You did bring me currants. Sadly, they died. Not because of my doing. I put them in pots in an area, and my husband did not know what they was, and they saw that it looked dead. He put it in the compost pile. So I might have currants getting out of my compost pile this year because it's been 2 years that you brought me currants. No, wait. There's 2 years that you brought me currants. There's 1 year you brought me black, and I planted that one, and it's year 3. So I should have black currants this year. It's the second batch of no hop. You didn't give me seeds for hop. I have someone hop. That's the one you do beer with, right? It's like green. Someone gave me hop seeds like so many years ago, and I never planted them. Shh, you're not supposed to say it. I know that there's years that you brought me cuttings of currant, and there's another year you brought me plants of currants, and that's the one I think that died. And you brought me something else also. The prune trees died. No, prune was Remy. Those died. Sadly, I was so mad. And then my black elderberry trees, my dog massacred it. It was in a garden bed, and I never thought Luna was going to be able to jump as a puppy in that garden bed, and she did, and she massacred those pots. I have a kind of crazy projects for my chickens. Don't know if it would work or not. Is with the hop? Is that what you're talking about? Okay, and then Echoes. There's something got mixed up. What's this? Did I order this? There's something missing. Okay, so Echo Seed. They had multiple. No, not the hop. Okay, so it's a secret project for now. I keep track on time. We're good. I have about, okay, I'm good. So Echo Seed had a 30% sale, had a 40% sale. I went for the 40% sale. And I went with the stuff that I was out and stuff that I wanted to add to the garden as perennials. So I was looking for early cauliflower to plant that I can plant closer and in days to maturity was smaller than the one I currently have. So I went with the igloo cauliflower. No worries. My loofah gourd seeds last year did not germinate, so I threw them in the compost pile. And maybe I'll have some. So I got some loofah gourds, and I wasn't able. I made a very, very rookie mistake. I've put something else next to my loofah gourds. So this year, I had some volunteers of loofah grow mixed with melons, so I wasn't able to save those seeds. So that's why I got um, a fresh pack of seeds. This was a gift. Did not order basilic. I don't need basil. So this was a gift. And I wanted to complete my wild strawberry patch. So I have one plant of red that I was able to propagate one or two plants, but I want to add more. So I got a couple of those and I really enjoy this. This is snacking for me. I go in the garden and I just grab a couple of yellow ones, yellow alpines, and it's super fun. And I want to make one row of each. So that's like my end goal. Hello, Remy. Hello, Darren. It's been so long. Thank you for popping in. I know you guys are at work, so I'm happy that you popped in. So I have these ones, and I found some white alpine. So I'm gonna have at the end of all of like the end goal is to have one row of these, one row of red, and one row of yellow. So I will be able not just for snacks, and they're so easy. I have nothing to do, so I let them like uh, I plant one plant, and then after a couple of years, it just like groups, and then I just dig them out, separate them, and just replant them further, and it's really really fun. So that's the end goal, so that I can at least harvest them. Strawberries for me, I share them with just about everything. I share them with squirrels, kids, and everything. But it's funny, they don't take these ones, and these are wild. So, and they were obviously adapted for us to take the seeds. But it's one of the things that I enjoy: the black raspberries and the yellow alpine berries. And I was able to eat one or two red berry strawberries last year because my kids' friends, they know we have fruits. So when they come here, they snack all the time. So I want a bit more for me. So, and I was being a bit impatient, so that's why I bought some seeds. And I think I will be stratifying them very soon so that I can plant them. I also have asparagus somewhere that I ordered last year that I will be starting. Cause where is it? I think I'm doing the something Washington. Yeah, Mary Washington. I'll be sowing all of these, and I'm also ordering a purple variety, and I will be planting all of them. I don't mind if I have too much. I will either give out the seedlings because this takes 7 years before the crowns are actually like considered mature, and you can start harvesting. I think it's between year 3 and 4, depending the size of the spears. And my entire bed of asparagus died. I don't know why. They were on year 4. This year, I think 1 or 2 came back up. So I'm going to start again. And there was also rosemary in there. I'm going to grow a lot of rosemary. And then I was out of the muncher. This is one of my favorite, cucumber. Then I want to try again artichokes. And I got a variety that's very rare. Purple of Romagna. I just saw the image. It was very beautiful. I want to give it a try again. And this year, I am upping my flowers because it was one of the first year that I did not have so many pests. I saw one cucumber beetle last year. That was like, it's like if it was a year one. Year one, I saw a couple of cucumber beetles, and then year two, it was like the feast was on. And then vine borers. Yes, I lost a lot of my vines to vine borers, but I was able to harvest so many summer squash. It was, you know that meme we see everywhere that you hide some in your coat and like you bring them to soccer practice, hockey practice, and you put some in people's cars and you drop them off. I had that for cucumbers and zucchinis last summer. So I know that I'm doing something right and I'm implementing the correct flowers at the correct spot. And I also want to start saving my seeds. So there's certain years I'm going to be saving some types of flowers, and then a year after I'll save another type of flower. I don't mind if like my zinnias cross or my marigold cross, because in the end it's going to be a marigold, as long as it's a French one. And I found this one, polar bear zinnias, and I started doing cut flowers for myself because it smells good. It's fun to have cut flowers. And remember, I ordered this from like, all I'm showing this is like all the seed orders I've done. And I've been keeping it to do a live with you guys so that you can see all of this. I did not order all of this in the same week. Hope you're doing well, Darren. Hi, Remy. Yeah, the snacks. So my favorite snacks is snap peas, small fruits, for sure. And what else do I grab? Oh, those little what do you call them? Little cucumber melons. Cucamelons. I really love those. But like snap peas, any type of like sugary pea and fruits is my favorite. I just go in the garden and they never reach home. They never reach my house. Every time I have snap peas or any type of peas, I am not able to bring them inside. Either me, I eat them as snacks, or my youngest, Cedric, just passes in the garden, like just removes all of them. So I'm going to have to, oh yeah, true, I do eat raw beans, like occasionally, like the first ones, like not the big ones, but like the younger ones. They're very good, very delicious. Obviously, tomatoes. The first couple of tomatoes never reaches the house. Very rarely. I eat them. And usually it's cherry tomatoes or saladinette that are my first. Speaking of bean, I don't know where I saved some seeds of my beans and I can't find them. So I had to order my Gold Rush. This is like my go-to yellow bean. I really love it. And then Walla Walla onions, sweet banana pepper, and I was looking for varieties of nasturtium that crawls. So when I trellis my cucumbers, I would like to have a trellising nasturtium. The reason why I'm doing this is because when I put nasturtium right next to any type of cucumber plant, melon, squash, so melon, squash, cucumber, summer squash, I don't see any cucumber beetles. They're gone. So when I plant a cucumber seed, I don't plant a nasturtium seed. I plant a baby nasturtium. And I have in the beginning of my row some French marigolds because they're very fragrant. And I interplant zinnias and all of that in there so that every single bug that is attracted by the sacrificial plant dies there or massacres the plant and leaves my cucumbers alone. So I got, this is a new one, Troca Climber. And I got red lunga onions. There's no image on it. And this is from Rainbow Seeds. Rainbow Seeds. I know Remy still has a code with them, which is, Remy, correct me, it's REMS10. And I found a new, sadly, there's no images on their packets, but it is, I want to say where it's from. It's from Ontario, and it's called Kitchen Table Seed House. And I really had fun on their websites. On the website, like, it was really, really fun, and I kind of love the vibe. It felt like it was a homestead that started to have seeds. So I got different types of flowers. So Cosmos Velouette, the image was beautiful. I wanted to do pepperoncini this year, so I got some of that. Ballerina zinnias, they looked really beautiful, so I wanted those. Cosmos Snow Puff, Queen Lime Orange zinnias, and then there is a variety that is said of delicata squash. I really, really enjoy delicata, but they are pepo. So there is 3 or 4 types of squash. So pumpkins. Hi. So pumpkins, summer squash, and most of the winter squash are pepo varieties. The vine borers and the cucumber beetles love these types. So they kill plants, and they're not very resistant to the vine borers. So I either try to stay into the Moschata or Maxima. Maxima is the middle one. It's a bit more resistant, and then Moschata is like the highest of resistance. So I try to stay between those two. But from what I understand, this one has a bit more chance, and I really enjoy Delicata. And if I am able to have some stored instead of buying them, it's a pink Delicata squash. So it's called Candy Stick. So again, it's called Kitchen Table Seed House. It's on Wolf Island, Ontario. Okay, then Jardin Les Coumens. This is another Quebec company. I had some freebies because this was 50% or 40% off. So I got Laitue de Chine Rouge as a free one. I thought I had 2. Yeah, and Market More cucumbers. I haven't tried these in a long time, so I think I'm going to plant them all. I was told that these are like the easiest, beginner-friendly cucumbers. So, yeah, I think it was 2. Oh, 3 actually. I don't know what this one's called in English. Coreopsis bouquet. I have to search. I don't know what this is. I've never planted these. So, and then I have Céleri d'Elne. I was hoping to have a bit more success. I haven't found like my true variety of celery. So this is like the 3rd variety I'm trying. Hibiscus. I'm hoping that this year it's not only plants. Last year, it's like onions. It's in steps for me. I can't seem to grow onions and then from seeds, and then I kind of have the hang of it, and then I plant it, not able to harvest. And then last year I was able to harvest good size onions. So I'm hoping that this year is the year of onions. So last year I planted 8 plants of this, was not able to harvest. I'm hoping this year it's going to work. And I planted most of my old seeds of cucumber last year. So I ordered Holland. I like white cucumbers. And then, do I have enough? Yeah. Then in the peppers, I have an orange one, which is Gourmet. Marconi Red. Really love this one. Chocolate is another of my favorite to eat raw, especially. Because I think this one, when you cook it, it becomes green. It's like the purple beans. The first time I harvested purple beans and then I started cooking them, they became green. I was like, why? So I was like super, super sad because they were beautiful when they were purple. King of the North. This is like, you can't go wrong. If you're in zone 4 or 5 and your last frost date is around May 18th, this is a good one for you. It turns actually red here, and I don't need it to be in my tunnel. And then I was inspired by a couple of people to start growing these for the seeds because there's no shell on them. And I eat them very regularly. So I'm hoping to get a couple of these, at least 8. I would love to have 8. But it's a Peppo again. So it's, last time I grew them, I think I had 4. So I might have some chance. With everything I've done, with all the tricks that I've managed to accumulate over the years, I'm hoping that all of my squash this year will be perfect. Then I was out of green squash, summer squash. It's a very classic variety, deep dark green. I always order it. And then these beets. So this is Jardin Le Coumen. I know it's a lot of seeds, and I'm going to need a 3rd container soon. But it is also a year where I'm going to do it like I did with my old seeds. I'm either donating them to friends that are starting a new garden, or like cucumbers last year, instead of planting 2-3 seeds, I planted like 5-6 because the germination level was like so low. And it was a very good year of cucumber as well. We practically ate cucumbers breakfast, dinner, lunch, and I brought some to soccer practice like all year long, all summer long. It cracked me up. So when I ordered from Terre Promise, I sent some stuff to Marilyn from Little Homestead by the Beach because I know she loves lawn keepers and I know she needed some peppers. So we just kind of tag team our order and I sent her what she wanted. So I got lawn keepers. I'm giving this one last try. This is the last year. This year I was able to bring in, sorry. I was able to bring in, I think, a dozen of little tomatoes, but they all rotten on me. They were green, they were perfect, and I was hoping to have Marilyn's experience with them. Didn't work out. So, don't know what I did. Maybe I harvested them too late. Nice. So I guess it's like the onions. It's like a process. It's a slow process. So it's going to be the last year. I wanted to do shishito peppers and pepperoncini. So I got shishito peppers, and I don't know why I got this because it was a very small order. I got some free red pepper. If I know anyone this year that's starting a garden, I might just like share it with them because I have so many. And my seeds are getting old of peppers. The ones that I only like grow like a couple every year, those seeds are getting old. Like banana peppers, I go through a lot, and I should start a system that to save seeds, but I haven't. I guess it's gonna be now. I realized something. I calculated when I started doing my seed. I can show you. I do plan on sharing it, how I made my plan this year. So like I made my plan every year. I write what goes where, my tunnel, and then my raised beds, my grow bags. And sadly, I have 4 raised beds that are broken, destroyed, that I have to redo this year. I don't know if I'll have time to do them all. I hope I'll have enough time. So as I was doing that, I started calculating. I moved here December of 2017. And I broke ground that year, the year after. So I started gardening 18. So 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. This year, I'm starting my 8th or 9th. Wait, It's not fine with Aaron doing 12 and cat my kids. Yeah. So my ninth gardening year here. In my previous home, I think I did 1 or 2 years of like a 10 by 10 or 10 by 6 garden. So I have officially crossed the threshold of 10 years of gardening. Okay, small scale, I still believe you learn. So at my old house, I did 3 slicers, 3 cherries. I had herbs. What else did I have? I had herbs. I had lemon thyme. And I had something else. I think I had thyme, lemon thyme, and I did carrots and radishes for at least 1 or 2 years. So I did get like my feet wet at my previous house. So a 10 by 10 garden, I was able to have all of that. I've learned everything you're not supposed to do, if you can say that. Or wait. No, let me rephrase that. As the years went by, my mistakes taught me how to do better the next season. So I turned, at first, it was frustration. So I'm turning my failures and I'm flipping it into what am I to learn from this failure. And this is why, like, every year is like, why are you still growing onions? Because it was so hard. So I'm like, I started from seeds. I failed miserably, and then I got the hang of it. And then this year should be the year that I grow medium-sized onions. So this, like, last year it was like small, medium. I'm going to go with the medium large with all of the knowledge I have gathered. And if it's not this year, it's going to be like, if it's medium this year and I am able to grow large next year, I know that I'm getting better. I know that I'm getting there, and it's okay. I still buy 20 to 40 pounds of onions every year and I freeze them, which is fine. I'm getting there 1 year at a time. And then my last order is M.I. Gardner. I have a sweet spot for M.I. Gardner. Every year I at least order once there. He is the reason, mainly, one of the reasons why I'm gardening. So he talks about his story in his early YouTube years that gardening saved him on so many levels, and he started very small. And when I started ordering seeds from him, I think he had like less than 50 available varieties. So he had a bit of flowers, 1 or 2 types of squash, summer squash, and like 1 or 2, like it was very, very minimum. And I saw him grow as a gardener, as a business owner, and I love to see him flourish. So he gave me the spark to get it all started, and every year I at least go once to encourage him. And I love his seeds. His germination, his service is amazing. I made a mistake, and usually in certain places they would say, sorry, you would just have to place another order. And I was able to get the mistake I did corrected, and I got all of the seeds that I wanted. So I really love them. So I got one of my favorites, Dragon Tongue. These are bush beans. It seems I ordered Roselle twice, so I guess it's going to be the year that I have Roselle, or I'm going to share it. Angie, do you need Roselle? If you're watching, I could send them to you if you didn't order yours. And then nasturtium. Every type of nasturtium, I'm going to try to see which one performs better, and then from there, I'm going to figure out which one I buy every year. So peach, melba, buy or save. I'm not in the saving aspect. When I went to visit Chris and Steph from Hickory Croft Farm, he convinced me why it's important to save seeds. And on the land that I am on now, there's only small amount of seeds that I can save that probably won't cross-pollinate. So I'm going to give myself a challenge of saving the seeds that is reasonable for the size of land that I have. Everything is next to each other here. I don't have many acres. I have like a bit under 15,000 square feet. My in-ground garden is 42 by 50, and my raised bed is probably 16 or 20 by 30. But they're right next to each other. So like squash, it's I think to you have your squash not cross pollinate, your first option is to only grow one variety, or I think it's half a kilometer or half an acre if you want to have no cross pollination. Or then there's also there's the trick that you close the flowers so that they don't cross pollinate. That's a lot of work. So I was like, okay, so I'm going to figure out which one are reasonable for my size land. If ever I up my land, well, then that's going to be a whole different thing. Maybe I could have like two gardens and then like not have the stuff cross pollinate. But I'm not there yet. I don't know if we'll ever move. I've put that question on hold for now. So this is a new one, black velvet nasturtium. Straw flowers. So straw flowers, Angie made me love these. And I finished the seeds of silvery rose. So I ordered some. And then she also sent me some candy striped zinnias, and they are beautiful. And I needed my hi, Mike. Thanks for popping in. She also sent me these. Angie from Me and Your Ears. So I had to get them again. Cherry rose. I got these at first from Baker Creek. And Baker Creek shipping is a bit expensive. So when I saw them on MI Gardener, the shipping is a bit more reasonable. I got them there. And then my onions. So Elsa Craig, Cipollini. Cipollini, I love these. These, I am able to have them perfect size. These are a success for me. I am able to successfully grow Cipollini onions. And they are a bit smaller than what they're normally supposed to be, but considering all the heartache and the failures I got, I'm really, really looking forward. If I could find this in white, yellow, and red, I would grow the three varieties. Because on my pizzas, when I do summer pizzas, they are on my pizza, and we love them. They're our favorites to put on the pizza. Elsa Craig, that. And then actually, no, I did find them this year. Last year I wasn't able. So these are Cipollini type. So I have the red. I wasn't able to find the white on the sites that I went. And then I'm going to try this one this year. I know this is a risk. So this is a risk. This is 70 to 80 days. So I don't know if they're going to change color. So we'll see. And Sugaran. These are my favorite. And I probably should have ordered two. I hope I have some left from the years prior. And I forgot one thing. I did get a gift from Kitchen Table. This one. But I hate these ones. So if anyone has good success with these tomatoes, I'm going to try one. They crack on me every single year. I never successfully grow them. They crack all the time. Oh, did I miss anything? How are the chickens? Angie. Okay, so I'm guessing you ordered them. You still have some of the seeds you sent me of them. Which one? What seed did I send you? Or are you talking to Angie? Or these ones? I'll be right back. I'll wait. I need to blow my nose and I don't want to do this on camera. I'll be right back. I'm back. Okay, well, I don't know. I don't have a very good relationship with pear tomatoes. Like it's my last name, Poirier, pear. I was gonna be. It's one of the first tomatoes I bought, and it doesn't work with me. It doesn't work here. There's a couple like I went through my seeds and I've put some aside, and every time like I've shared this a couple of times. Every time someone close to me says I'm either starting gardening or I'm moving to a farm, I give all of the seeds that I've saved over the years that I will never use, or probably they have more chance of using them and have food out of it. Like there's one year I saved I think 100 seed from a white pumpkin. I will never in this lifetime grow all of those seeds. And so I gave 50% of those to a friend, and it's one of her favorite pumpkins to grow. So every time I have the occasion to share seeds that I've saved or seeds that are a bit older that I know that I will never, ever, ever benefit from, I rather give them to someone that starts, because starting a garden from nothing and you have to purchase seeds, things get expensive very fast. Compost is one of the most expensive. And if you don't do in-ground garden, you do raised bed gardens, that's another thing that's going to cost you. So I'm happy that when I started, I did the first 1 or 2 years in ground, and then I did the raised bed, I think on year 3. I think so. At some point, like everything gets crisscrossed, but like I know that I started with a 30 by 30 in ground, and then I went to 42 by 42, and then I did the add-on of the currants. I did blackberries, gooseberries, loganberry, like all of like the small berry, the bush ones. I did an L-shaped bed, and then another one. This year, this one needs some tending. I totally neglected it last year, and it was invaded by weeds. So I need to put compost in it this year, because technically it's year 3 for most of them. So that means clipping in the springs. I know I did the gooseberries, the loganberry also. So I'm gonna have to clip some of the trees there to bring down. Some of them are like as tall as me, and they are in 18 inches bed or 24 inches tall beds. So they're gonna get tall very fast, and I want to keep them low. So I know that I have to maintain them and add more compost. And I'm hoping, Marilyn, last year that fireweed worked, and I didn't touch it. I let it die there. So it bloomed. I had 3 plants. It bloomed. It dried, and then I cut the head and I dumped the head in the bed with the seeds. And I know that it requires stratifications for many, many months. And I did that. So out of the 4 plants, 3 survived. And with this process, this is the second year I'm doing this. Yes, fireweed. I'll answer that question right after. So it's an herb that you take the petals and you can do jelly with it, and it tastes like Jolly Rancher. And I've been dying to try to do a jelly of fireweed. Do I have my phone? Pear tomatoes. Last year, my pear tomatoes were outside. They cracked, but the year prior. Yeah, I'm guessing that these tomatoes, where are they? Where did I put them? I know I had them for anyone that's popping in. Yeah, I am almost convinced that these ones are meant for tunnels. Let me see if I can find it. So this is what fireweed looks like. That's not a good picture. Okay, in full bloom, this is what it looks like. I wouldn't know. I don't know if it would be called napalm. I just saw two YouTubers pick up fireweed and dry it. One did a jelly. And as soon as she said that it tastes like Jolly Rancher, it was one of my favorite candies when I was young. I was like, I have to get fireweed growing here. And it's so beautiful. I honestly, even if I didn't have the jelly concept at the end, the flowers attract so many beneficial bees, like the little bees, not the bumblebees, not the honeybee. Well, the honeybees did enjoy them, um, but there were so many buzzing friends around those flowers. So let me see if I can fire. So fireweed jelly. Let me see if it's called something. Hmm. Okay. Is it? What do you call it? Napalm. Napalm. Okay, so Mr. Google says it's no, it's not. So fireweed jelly is a sweet, edible, and popular homemade jelly made from flowers of the fireweed plant, which are boiled with sugar, pectin, and lemon juice. Napalm, the first word, a highly flammable sticky gel used in incendiary weapons. Okay, I don't want to get flagged. So I was, if I'm being audited, I was audited once by AI of YouTube. I'm reading the description of Google. You don't want to get flagged. So, fireweed. This is fireweed. It is very pretty. And this is a native plant in Alaska. So, and I don't think it's native in my growing zone. I think it's zone 4 and lower. Actually, no, I'm wrong. It's zone 2 to 7. So, I just never seen it in my area. There's where I am at is more farmlands, and the side of the roads don't have this. So I guess it's because where I'm at. I would probably have to investigate maybe like in public parks, La CEPAC, Les Parcs Canada. Maybe go there and see with my identification app if I can find fireweed. But I'm super happy. I think it was Remy that sent me the I think there was fireweed with wild blueberry plants. And I was able to successfully grow 3 out of those. And I'm hoping that my wild blueberry plants, they're like about, I would say 10-inch tall, a bit more than that, about this. I'm hoping that the 3 that I had multiplies, and I didn't touch them at all. So either if I see Remy this year again, I'm hoping that I will be able to ask him to go in his forest to go pick up 3 more. I have more success with wild blueberry plants than, um, the ones that are 36 inches, 40 inches tall. I don't have any success with those. I don't know why. Maybe because I don't water them enough. That could be one of the reasons. I gave them like all of the environment that they need, but they don't seem to thrive where I'm at. And the only one that's thriving is a male plant. it's as tall as my shed. So I have to bring it down again. Uh Angie, I'm hoping so. I said that to Darren yesterday. Going together again this year. I know okay. So the conference, I haven't received any information from Scott yet. So I know that the first weekend of May or second weekend of May last year, Scott did one in Ottawa. I wasn't able to go. And then the one that we normally all get together is now officially in the same weekend. That was confirmed. So the Eastern Ontario Homesteaders Conference will remain in September. The May one, I don't know how far we are from Ottawa from your location. I know the first year it was an hour ish. The location of the conference was about an hour from your cabin. So I know Ottawa's also an hour, a bit more. I'm going by memory now. So I'm really hoping I get to see you guys at least once. I miss you guys. Marilyn, last year, you didn't come down. Remy came in when he was doing his exam, when he was passing through to go to Ottawa. I was able to see Angie. I haven't seen Darren. I don't think I saw Tracy. Tracy did not come down. I did get to see Marcy. Jill. Bettina. And I got to meet the homesteader gardener, Melissa, at the September conference. And did I see anyone else? Oh, John. We saw John. We saw Lynn. You're right. We saw John's wife that was about to give birth. I think she gave birth like 1 month after the conference. I hope I'm not missing anyone. No, I'm not going out this summer. Not supposed to anyway. Okay, that's good to know. Well, usually we start hearing about the conference in January. And it's almost February. So I don't know. I could ask Scott. Let's see if he's online. Well, in May, there's not many black flies. And I went in September at Angie's and Mike's place, and it was not that bad. Well, actually, it froze. I remember I had ice on my car the next morning before we went to the conference, and that means no mosquitoes and no flies. See if I have Scott. I do. Okay. Let's see if he's online. He did say he was going to do another one. Ah, he's responding, so it's live answer. He says yes. Okay. Do you have a date? Absolutely. I'm kind of bummed. You met my husband last year when he picked up the mugs when Canada Post was on strike, my gnome mugs, and I wasn't even able to see you. They go after the Father's Day pretty much. Yeah, true. September's clear. Okay. Scott says it's going to be May 2nd. So, Ottawa. I'm going to write in the comment. Homesteaders Conference. And I'm waiting for the answer, and then I'll write all of that in the comments. Let's see if I can have live answers. That's fun. Are you answering yup to Ottawa, or you're answering yup to it's a bummer that you got to meet my husband and I wasn't able to see you? That's two yups. That's the same. My boyfriend met Steph and Chris last year, but I did not. Oh, well, I did see Chris and Steph in January. Like, this is going to be a yearly ritual. Obviously, if they still, we have like, we plan this day out. We go, and well, it was cold and my son was still very, very sick. So we went slower with the vibes, but we arrived there and we always say, oh, we're just gonna stay a couple of hours. I know it always ends up like we come in, it's daylight, and we come out, it's night, because we have so much fun. So I think it's going to be a regular January, February thing that we go see Chris and Steph. I love to pick their brains. It's so fun. And then we learn from each other. But obviously, Chris's level is like, I'm so, on so many things, I'm so under his level of knowledge. Oh, I'm waiting for the confirmation of Ottawa. I got two big lambs this year. Last year I only got one, and I was out very fast. So this year we took two. Oh, he stopped writing. Okay, so I guess I won't be able to confirm it. I'll wait. I'll wait and I'll add it in the comments. Okay, keep this here close by. At least we know it's May 2nd, and oh, is he writing again? It gives us time to prepare. Where is this? He's saying McNabb. I don't know where that is. Let's see. I'm going to Google map this. Okay. So it's past Ottawa. Okay, so it's not Ottawa. It's MC NAB. Okay. Brea? No, Brea. Never heard of that side. A second. Okay, so it's doable. Okay, obviously to go back and forth of the cabin, it's an hour and 45 minutes. It was fun when it was less than half an hour, but it's still doable back and forth. So, can I pin this comment? I cannot. I'm going to start. So that's the information I have for now. Welcome. So I know that we're still waiting also on the confirmation of the one in September. If my car, again, every year, same thing. My car is getting older. There's a couple things to get fixed. I'm gonna go probably to both. I love the getting away from the house. It's kind of like my mini vacation every year. And yes, it is 3 hours and a half to go to Angie's. Yeah, it's 3 hours, almost 3.5 hours. And it's not so bad. It's doable in one day. I remember Remy telling me, it's nothing. It's nothing. I do 10, 12, 10. Is it 10 hours? No. When Remy goes to pick you up, Marilyn, and then goes to Darren, is that 10 hours? I keep forgetting. I know he drives a lot when he comes down. I might see Remy in April. I'm hoping. Okay, so Remy only 5 hours? Why did I have the impression it was longer than that? Oh, you're right. It's 6 hours. About. I don't have like their specifics. I just 5, 6 hours. Okay. I don't know why. I thought it was like more than that. Well, I think because you guys have to go from Darren's to either the cottage or Angie's. So I'm 3 hours and something. And I think Darren's about 3 hours. 3 hours. Yeah. So that's probably why I had 11 hours, because like he's cutting the trip in half. He's sleeping one night, doing half of the trip, and then it takes you as long to get the next day from Quebec City to the cottage. Okay, so you're saying that this year, Marilyn, either in May or in September, you're not coming down? Okay. I'm going to have to figure out a way to go see you then. Or like do like Marilyn, be on a beach close to where your house is, and then I tell you, hey, I think she's close by your house, and then ends up being like ridiculously close. I found that super cool that she was near your place and you got to meet her. I've never met Mallory. Like, I've chatted with her online with Messenger, Zoom calls, but I never had the privilege of meeting her. And last year, I was hoping to drive down to Quebec City to like stay a couple of days, like have like this meetup because like the conference thing didn't work out, but I wasn't able to make it work with everything going on. I wasn't able to find like a 3-4 days that everyone was available. So I started chatting with Darren. He said that it was meat hunting season, so it was not working. And then I decided to go to the conference. And then October, November, December, it's like everyone's super, super busy. So it wasn't working. So I'm gonna have to find a way to go visit you somehow. Did I miss any comments? Yeah, Darren's cottage about 6 hours. Yeah, so that's why I was close to 11 hours. Do I have more info from Scott? Nope. At least we got that. I'm going to end this live soon because I have to go pick up my son from school. He's only doing half days. So I'm going to go. There's 7 people online. Let's see. February is in 2 days. I normally start seed sowing in February. Hi, Scott. Scott's here. So what are you guys planning to sow very soon? I know that some growing zones a bit further than me, but in February, some stuff is getting sown. Or if you have questions before I go. How you been doing, Scott? It's been a while. So I so need to order seeds and get set up for Bridget takes over with flowers. Echo Seeds has a seed sale right now. 30% off. Rainbow Seeds, there's the code from Remy, Rams10. Did I see another one that was having a sale? Did I see Ikumen? I saw a couple of emails go by, so let me see if I can find out. Jardin l'Ecumen. No, okay, no. Oh, Mackenzie Seeds. I think Mackenzie Seeds was one of them. I don't normally order from them. West Coast Seeds also had some. Okay, so Mackenzie Seed is 10% off. Echo Seeds was. Is it still on? 20% off. The early bird. Sorry, that was an error. I'm not seeing anything else. Rainbow Seeds, you have 10% off with Remy's code. What's it called? Terre Promise? Was it Terre Promise? You'll have to search because I'm not finding anything. But I know Echo Seeds is 20% off. I really enjoy their sites. What's the other one? You order from that place. So Terre Promise, and what's the other one? The Jardin des Coumènes, Terre Promise, and there's another Quebec company. Jardin Ornemental de Catherine is also one. There's the one I said earlier, Joual Vert. No, there's no sales on that one. Le Jardin de Julie. Semence du Portage, that's the one I was looking for. Semence du Portage. Is there any sale right now? Livraison gratuite à l'achat de... Okay, so $50 and more, you get free shipping. I met this guy, the owner of Semence du Portage, at a seed festival. He's like Chris from Hickory Croft Farm. He's so knowledgeable. Like, he had a conference and he talked. And, like, I tried to remember everything he said, and so much information. And he's such a sweet guy. Terre Promise. No sale. So you'll have to go check. Or you can do seed swaps. It was very busy. I'm starting leeks, shallots, onions, green onions, parsley, stratification of blue vervain, lavender, strawberries. I'm going by memory. I'm opening my other computer to see if I can have access to my calendar. I started my sweet potato slips. Artichokes. Stratification of strawberries and lavender. And I don't know if I'm going to do rosemary. That's something I'm in research mode. I read that there's certain herbs that does better when stratified. So that's going to be like a research I'm going to be doing. Last time I used Mackenzie seeds, I got... Okay, good to know. Tournesol, obviously. Joël Vert is another one I ordered from them. Tournesol, they're very close by. I used to order from them. Onions I'm having from bulbs now. I get that. I am giving a last try. I'm hoping that, so I went from 0 to, I would say, 70%. I'm almost there. If I can't reach that this year, I might switch to half bulb, half seeds, and then see. Because I only start 3 to 4 trays total. But it is a lot. There is something I did different last year, and I did 50% the change and 50% no change. And I saw that the change was better. So I start my seeds. Green onions is 10 to 12 seeds per plug. And the onions is 4 to 6. And you need to leave 3, depending on how old your seeds are. They say that you can't keep your onion seeds past 2 years. When I have seeds that are older than 2 years, I kind of use this 10 by 20, and I drop all of the old onion seeds, and then I upplant them. So I don't know what they are. It's a surprise when they come out in the garden. So that's one of the things. Onions are very, very finicky. Seeds that are older than 2 years, they kind of 50% of germination. So that is a bummer. But I always end up as soon as you're 2 years older, I have this 10 by 20 that's mixed up with everything. Not green onions, but I just do that. Well, I'm going to be leaving soon, but have a great day. Bye, Mike. Okay, so, and then I think I said all of that. Where is my file? Yeah, it's thyme, rosemary, chive, garlic chive, oregano, lemon balm, sage that I need to figure out if I'm stratifying them or not. And I'm not growing eucalyptus this year. Usually I would start eucalyptus. Oh, celery. I forgot to say celery. That's pretty much it. I did also change a bit my setup. I had a lot of my bulbs, my sunblaster bulbs are burnt. And to buy new ones, they are ridiculously expensive. So kind of had to switch up. And I'm testing a new system. So that's going to be a new test trial for that. And I'm not sure if I said parsley, but I know I'm going to do parsley. They are biennials, parsley, I think. They self seed every 2 years. So last year I thought I was going to have parsley self seed from the year before, but it didn't work. So maybe not 60, but I have to pass the seeds. You mean the celery seeds? Oh, yes, I was starting something and I forgot. Okay, so the onions, I normally plant them in 72 plug trays. Hello, hello, hello. And then, so it's either the 72 plug trays or I plant them in 1.5 inch soil blockers. And I would fertilize them accordingly inside, but then I was not having like the success that I was seeing from other like bigger scale homesteading. Not the stores. I'm talking about like some people that had like Martin Gardens or people that has experience growing onions. Yes, we're always talking about food. Now it's seeds, and we're talking about onions. So the ones that I started in plug trays, so the plastic ones, I left them as is. And then the one that I started in 1.5 soil blockers, I put them in a 10 by 20 tray, the regular tray, and I added some fresh, uh, not seed starting soil, but up potting soil that I added some compost to it. And I just like added a layer. Some of them had that little greenish on top, and I just removed that. And then those ones that I added more soil grew better. And this comes back to a free training I did during COVID. The first or second year of COVID, I followed a free class on fruition seeds. It's like right next to New York. So they have the same-ish growing season than us, and they had a lot of free courses, and I went, and they start their onions in 10 by 20 trays. They just do, there's two methods she does. She either broad forks them and just like add a bit of vermiculite on top or some soil. Or there's also the other method that, what's his name? Jean Martin does. He's very known in Quebec. He does like lines in his 10 by 20 cell tray, and he has lines in them. So those are the two methods that it was like two free training I followed. And I think Mallory, from previously known as Quebec Homestead, used to sow her onions. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do plug trays for onions this year. I don't know. I might do plug trays for the smaller quantities and then put them in 10 by 20 trays later down the road, so they have access to more nutrients, more compost. And also I found out that the fertilizer, the feeding, needs to happen more often inside. So I haven't found the sweet spot of how much you need to fertilize them inside. So this is what I'm going to figure out this year, so that when they go outside, they somewhat look like in the nurseries. When I transplant them in the soil, last year, I spaced them 2025. Where's 2025? Here's 2025. I sowed them every 10 inch. So every little plug that had 3 seedlings was sown every 10 inch. You could go 8 inch, but your onions will be smaller. Yes, learn by doing, obviously. So last year, I think I did 9 inch. So I wrote between 8 and 10. I probably did in the middle. Shallots can be sown closer. And I think you can go up to 4 seedlings for shallots because they're smaller bulbs. And I think it's every 6 to 8 inches for shallots. There is also another method that I've never personally tried is to sow 1 onion seedling every 6 inch. That's way too time consuming for me. I have 3 rows of garden. So it's like 3 rows of 16 feet. And I think I do 3 rows. 3 rows per. Yeah. So for me to have plugs makes much more sense. So if I broad fork all in my 10 by 20, I might have to cluster like 4 or 5 seeds and then cluster 4 or 5 seeds and then so that I can grab those and plant them in the garden. That's why I love the soil blockers for onions. I just took the block and just planted it. It was like so easy. But there's something I have to do, and I will have to train myself. If there's 4 seedlings, I have to remove it. I have to remove it and put it somewhere else right from the start because they are, from what I understand, they don't have enough nutrients, and then therefore they're smaller when I transplant them. So I'm going to try to convince myself right off the start to either relocate the fourth, and leave 3 seedlings per little space, and then recuperate the one that survived. And I don't want to kill. I have a hard time removing carrots. You know when you're supposed to thin the carrots? I'm like, this could be food. This could be food. This could be. I have like this never-ending war with myself that this could be food. Like tomato plants. If I have 2 seeds that pop up, even though the little tendrils of tomato plants don't like being pulled, I still do it and I try to save it. Yes, I raised my hand. I have a hard time. And yeah, I feel like I'm. Yes, I agree. Let me highlight this comment. That's so true. I feel bad. Like this could be food. Well, no, I give it to my chickens when at least it turns into eggs, somewhat into eggs. Or there's something else I do is it takes more. Let's just say the variety is 50 days of carrots or 50 to 70 days. I let the small ones and I snack on them, and then the others resume their never thinking they resume their the growth. So instead of taking 50 to 70 days, it's 70 to 90 days. So yes, but if I was a market gardener, I understand. If this was like to feed the mass and for revenue, I would then yeah. I am focusing a lot on soil and organic fertilizer this year. And my gardener has agreed. Yes. He does. One of his favorite is worm casting. And I started introducing worm casting in my seedling this last year, and I saw a difference. So I missed a couple of comments. I did chop and drop a bit last fall. Yeah. Even the plants that I know will never do a thing. You know, the tomatoes that just grow on. Yeah. Um, there is one thing that I kind of accepted. There's plants that I can't find space for. Usually I start by planting the ones that are looking good because I want the most tomatoes, especially tomatoes and peppers. I want tomatoes and peppers to come out about the same time. So if I start taking care of like sickly, falling, leggy plants and I plant those first, well, then instead of having like a steady coming out of the garden, I'll have like this thing going on where it's not going to work. That was like my first couple of years of gardening. Most of my plants were leggy and they had to recuperate from whatever trauma I put them through. And then they would start producing. And since their trauma was different, some of them would kick back faster than the others, and some wouldn't do anything. I put a couple of tomato plants in the compost pile, but they grew in the compost pile. I found some spaghetti squash, tomatoes, cucumbers, and a couple of other things. So, ironically, those were the ones that were sacrificial. So the chickens were going there, they fertilized the compost. So this year, once I go get the compost pile, I might have more surprises. So yeah, I tried to have the most, I don't like saying this word, beautiful plant at first, and then I go through what can be saved. And there is one thing that's very cool with tomato plants. I cut the head of the plant and then I put it in water, root it, and then especially the leggy ones, that is ridiculous. Like sometimes I have like 24 inches plant. I don't plant that. So I cut the head, especially if it's indeterminate tomatoes, put it in water, and then they get planted instead of between December. Between May 25th and June 10th. They are planted like early June, mid June, and depending on the variety, they still have time to produce. Last year, my sun golds were very, very neglected, and instead of being one of the first to produce fruit, they were early August. Sorry, late August. But it's okay. Like I had my favorite tomatoes by the end of the season. So lesson learned. Tomatoes are forgiven. Like some of the tomato plants can be rooted if you just chopped the top part of it, put it in water, it does some roots, and then you up pot it and then you transplant it. Pepper plants, when they're very thin, they don't survive here. There's so much wind, they break off. So I rarely save pepper plants. Tomatoes I save. Herbs, you just chop them off, like you trim them. You remove like 1/3 of the plant, and you can root them. Most of them, like mint plant, basil, you can root the part that you cut. Sage, you can root. Rosemary, you can root. Lavender, you can root. So there's many things that if it gets too leggy, you can just go online, tap the name of the plant, how to propagate, and you can propagate. Rosemary is a very popular herb that I propagate here. And thyme, lemon balm. I haven't tried lemon balm last year, but the year before worked very well for me. Even the plants that I know will never, I read that one. But it's hard. I have to admit, it is hard to throw out a plant that could potentially give me one fruit. So I try to invest my time into plants that will actually give me something that's worth my time. The rest just go in the compost pile and left to fed from themselves. Worst case scenario, it feeds my compost pile. Best case scenario, I get some fruits out of it because it's the compost from the year before. Yes. So I'm going to leave you with this. Let's see how many days till spring is left. How many days of spring? How many days left before spring? Any guess? Someone wants to guess. Don't look. Don't peek. How many days before spring? I hope mine survived last year plantation because I don't have any more seeds for bombs. Okay, so let me. I think you're off. Wait, 7 weeks. Set for set count. Oh, someone's close. Creative, you're close. You're very close. Like almost. Almost. Did you peek? You could have peeked. Okay, so I have lemon balm. I have 4 lime. And I have a lot of mandarin balm. Actually, what's this? I could resend you your seeds if you want. I have a couple left. So let me know if you want this. I didn't use them all. I'll plant them. Fine. Or if I go see you, I'll bring you a clipping. It's like when I go to Angie. She sent me home with so many clippings and I brought her so many clippings. And ironically, Angie, I brought you clippings from my pineapple plant. Mine died. I brought you clippings from my melon sage. It died. So I'm going to have to buy new seedlings from a place, Richters in Ontario. I am so mad. I'm so mad. Man, maybe there was a virus in it. I don't know. So I love pineapple sage and lemon sage. So I'm going to have to order something. I was planning to order a 50 flat of white sage, a 50 flat of a mixed sage, but I don't think they do mixed anymore. So I love every different types of sage because I dehydrate them for so many things. And do I have one with me? I don't think so. They're drying somewhere else. But I do these. So this is cedar. But I have so much fun with all different sage. I dry them and then do smudge sticks and obviously fun culinary arts. I think mine did too. Okay. So the final answer, how many days before spring? So, hi Lynn! How are you? I know your family is in heartache right now, so I'm sending you love. So how many days before spring? Spring is officially Friday, the 20th of March. So there is 48 days. Who's counting? I'm going to go to the second because we're excited for spring. So 48 days, 22 hours, 57 minutes, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. So 48 days. 48 days before spring. This cold is making me very excited for spring. I was not in a rush. So November, December, the first snow, I was not excited. Like I was welcoming the colder temperature. I was welcoming the peace, the quiet, and well, obviously, the first 3 weeks of January was a complete disaster. Everything got put on hold because of my son, and I was kind of happy that I was in that mood before my son went into in the hospital. So I was at peace with January being calm. In February, that's where like the drive comes back in, and I was at peace with that. It's the first year it happens. I was happy that the gardens were closing. I was happy for the rest. I was happy for the learning. And now it's different. When I'm starting my year, I feel different. I'm scared a bit because I'm trying new things, like always. But starting my 10th gardening year, I know I'm going to do great. I know it's going to be good. I know there's going to be good. There's going to be bad. There's going to be ugly. There's always is. But this year I'm starting totally different. I'm starting with the peace of mind. Yeah, let's seeds. Let's seed that drive. I am like, I think I'm become, well, it probably goes with, I've been doing it for a while. I'm learning. I'm saying exactly what I said with the January challenge. I didn't do it because in where we were at the time as a household, it was physically impossible. I was a solo mom for 1 week while he was in the hospital, and then recovering. He was in recovery for 2 weeks after, so it was not possible. So where I am at now, starting my garden, I rather have a garden adapted to our lifestyle and where we are at in our lives right now. Worst case scenario, I'm gonna go at the nurseries and buy plants and feel horrible about it. I'm gonna go horrible, and just if now it's not possible to start the seeds, if it's possible for us to buy seedlings, we will. If it's not possible, well, then we'll just deal with what I have grown from seeds from inside. And it's fine. And I'm at peace with that. And it's so liberating. There's no more stress, there's no more fear. I keep hearing people saying, with everything going, yeah, we won't tell, everything going on in the world, I hear the same song. I should grow more food because of everything that's going on in the world. I should grow food because food is getting more expensive. I should grow more food, this and this and this and this. The only thing I hear is fear. All of these things are true. I just don't want to grow food because of that. I want to grow the amount of food that I am physically able to do without stretching myself thin in November and like crawling on the ground to reach December, and then barely have any time to rest and then start again. Having like this vicious circle start over again. So this year that I was glad to have 3-4 months slower, I was able to rest. I was able to feel excited again of the gardening season starting. No worries. Oh, you're gonna be. I don't know how I can. You're traveling. Well, you're gonna pass through. Well, far from me. I'm gonna say hi. I'm actually leaving. I have to go pick up my son's school soon from at school. I'm doing the same. Last year was one of the worst I have ever been through. This year, everything was a new, different mindset. Yes. The drought we had last year. Oh my God. Yes, I was not in a situation where drought was a problem. We did have rain, so I was not in the same position. I did have some failures, but I mainly had some success. And drought, you must be close from a homestead gardener then, because she said the drought was ridiculous and she lost all of her garden. I do have water regulation. So I hand water my garden 3 times a week in peak season. So Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. And I just deep water the locations that are most important. And I was very surprised. We are taxed on water. And when I received my bill this year, I think I was like $12. I was like, I use a lot of water. A lot. And like, we're 5 here. And my kids are taking a longer bath, longer showers. I take a lot of bath during the winter. So I was very surprised that we only had a $12. Normally it was like $200-300. So I did not have in my tomatoes the black butt. What do you call it? I only know the name in French now. So you know when the tomatoes doesn't grow properly and it's all black. I had it for some peppers because it was a new bed, and I think the compost I used needed a bending. So that was like a person error, not the soil. So but I did not have any problems anywhere with my summer garden. I did have a couple of things from my spring garden that bolted. That could be water. Saying hi from the other side of the river, Lynn. Hi. We had water, but we had to water. Yeah. Maybe mulching. Mulching is when you water over mulch, it retains some of the humidity, and then when it's really really warm, the it keeps your soil moist, and you use less water. Ooh, I saw some posts. I don't know if I'm talking. I'm able to share. You said you were looking for land, or did I misread what you said? Oh, wait. I use mulch in 35C for tomatoes. And yeah, if I could get my hands this year. So my neighbor ordered 2 truckloads of not pine shavings, wood chips. I'm like, how did you get this? I've been searching for this for years. And she's like, well, when you're ready, tell me and I'll call my contact, and it's by truckloads. I'm like, I would take 2. So if I could, I would get them in the fall of this year, let them age a little bit, decompose a little bit, and then put them in my garden, in ground garden, everywhere. If I could. So I'm crossing my finger that her contact is still in business. If I can get some in the spring, I will for my rose and path. And I would get a second load in the fall to mulch. I had one of my neighbors give me leaf mulch, not in the fall of this year, the fall before. The half of the garden that had the mulch of leaves, I had no weeding. There was no weeding that needed to be done. That was amazing. Even my path, when it was radishes, I would just like take the leaf and just like it was just like a row of radishes, and then when I was done and I was ready for tomatoes, I just like removed the mulch and I put it in the pathways. It's one of the first years that I did not have to weed my pathways in the garden. Well, half of the garden. So that was like a very good blessing. This year, he didn't give me his leaves because he was planning on moving, which didn't happen. But anyways, it depends. Not all of my garden had leaves. So I did not have snails or slugs. Maybe it's the crops that I chose. Maybe that was good. Oh, wait. I missed a couple. Oh, okay. I'm onto something. So, am I able to guess in which province? Or I'm not allowed to say more? I'm at 4 days a week since July. Still a bit weird days off. That's good. So you're working 4 days and you have 3 days off. Okay. Not say anything. I don't want to ruin the fun. Okay. All will be revealed. Awesome. So this is like a sneak peek. If I have some of your viewers that are watching, well, I don't think they'll be watching after 2 hours, but at least sneak peek to some that follows you. It's like advertisement free. Don't slip the bean. I won't. I won't. I promise. Well, I'm going to get ready to go pick up my son. I was only planning on staying a little bit. I didn't know if anyone was going to pop on. It's been a while. I haven't chatted with you guys, so I should be doing this more often. Do you? So we're five online. Is during the day a good time, or during the night is better? It was good to see you too. Well, see you in the comments. I was hoping maybe we can do. Oh, we have to chat if we're doing March Molasses Madness this year. Last year we put pause on that, so I guess we have to chit chat about that. So we'll talk later. Okay, so Friday morning maybe. Okay. Friday morning maybe. Okay. Well, it's because nighttime, I don't have an office. My office is in the middle of like right there is the in front of me is where we eat. This is the TV room, so it would be chaos. It won't work. So I think Friday morning I'll do that. Maybe not every Friday morning. Have a good lunch, Lynn. Or maybe one a week, one a month, one Friday a month to go in alignment with what I said, to fit in what feels right in the amount of time that I have. It is going to be busy season soon. Yeah, I will. I did also start doing Reiki, so on clients. I don't know how that's going to go. So I will have appointments. So I'm going to have to see how this works, but I'll definitely try it. I have fun chatting with all of you. And the more I do it, obviously, it will be a recurring um, alive, so people will come back. It's been the first live since I think February of last year. I haven't done live in a very long time. So I will go. Everyone have a great day. Memo to self, eat before join. Yes. Well, it is a homesteading channel, gardening, and I love food. So we're bound to talk about food every life. So, yes, note to self, eat before. Take care. Bye, everyone. Have a nice weekend, and I'll see you when next Friday. I'll post it in the. You'll probably still be hungry. I'll maybe post a temporary schedule in the what's it called? Community tab. They changed the name so that you can see if next Friday I'm going live or not. So take care, everyone. Bye.